Motivation is amazing, isn't it? It gives you that energy, that excitement that gets you out of bed ready to take on the world. But let me ask you something. What happens when it's gone? Because, yes, it will leave. Motivation is fleeting, like a breeze. It might push you to start, but it's discipline that keeps you going. And here's the truth. Discipline is everything. It's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Between those who try and those who conquer. Between those who start and those who finish. You know that goal you have, that life you want so badly. It's not motivation that will get you there. It's discipline. It's doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. Even when you're tired, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Discipline doesn't depend on how you feel. It depends on the commitment you have to your dreams. Think about it. How many times have you started something full of enthusiasm, only to stop halfway? How many times have you told yourself, this time it's going to be different, only to give up days or weeks later because you lost momentum, it got hard, or you just didn't feel like it anymore? That's motivation betraying you. And do you know what was missing? Discipline. Discipline is like a brick. Every day, you lay another one. Sometimes it feels like you're not making progress. But then, when you look back, you'll see a wall, a solid foundation. That's how you build something great. Brick by brick, day by day, without stopping. It doesn't matter if you feel like it or not. You do it because you know it's necessary. So let me ask you, are you relying on fleeting feelings? Or are you building uncheckable habits? Because success doesn't belong to those who only act when they're inspired. It belongs to those who act, period. To those who show up every day and do the work, even when their mind says, not today. That's where the difference lies. Take any person you admire, any success story that inspires you. Do you think they got where they are because they were motivated all the time? Of course not. They got there because they decided that, motivated or not, they would do what needed to be done. Because success, my friend, belongs to the disciplined. What's beautiful about discipline is that it doesn't just build what you want, it transforms who you are. Every time you choose discipline, you become stronger, more focused, more uncheckable. You become a better version of yourself. That's what makes discipline so powerful. So today, I want you to choose. Choose to act, even without the desire. Choose to prove to yourself that you are greater than your fleeting feelings. Because motivation is temporary, but discipline ... Discipline is what builds extraordinary lives. Here's a truth many people forget. You don't have to be perfect to win. You don't have to get everything right. And you don't have to be the best from the start. What you really need is one thing: consistency. Consistency is that daily commitment, even when no one is watching. It's showing up, doing the work, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because the secret isn't in giant leaps, but in the small steps. Those steps you take every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Do you know why? Because that's how you build something solid. Discipline isn't about being extraordinary every day. It's about being there, steady, when motivation abandons you. It's on those days when you don't want to get up, when you don't want to go, that the magic happens. Because when you push through, you prove to yourself that you're committed. Imagine a drop of water falling on a stone. It's small, seemingly insignificant, but over time, it carves through the rock. Not because it's strong, but because it's persistent. That's what discipline does in your life. Every effort, every repetition, every day you choose to continue, even without the desire, breaks down the barriers between you and your dreams. Think of those who train hard, run marathons, or build something great in life. They didn't start perfect. They started stumbling, failing, doing the bare minimum. But do you know what they did differently? They kept going. They showed up, even on the bad days. And that's what got them to the top. The problem is, we want fast results. We want today's effort to change everything by tomorrow. But the truth is, the things that are truly worthwhile take time. They take days, months, even years of consistency. And this is where many people give up because it's not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's repetitive, boring, challenging. But let me remind you, every repetition counts. Every day you show up, even when you don't see results, adds another brick to the foundation of your success. That's why consistency matters more than talent or motivation. There will be days when you think, what's the point? Nothing's changing, but it's precisely on those days that you're closest. Because success doesn't happen all at once. It's like a tree growing. First come the roots. You don't see anything above ground, but the system is forming. Then, when you least expect it, it bursts out of the soil. So let me tell you something, don't quit. It doesn't matter if today was hard, if you made mistakes, or if progress feels slow. What matters is that you keep going, because consistency beats talent. Consistency overcomes a lack of motivation. And above all, consistency is what turns dreams into reality. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to show up. Day after day, building, persisting, moving forward. Because victory doesn't go to the fastest, it goes to the one who doesn't stop. So, the choice is yours. Will you keep going, or will you let exhaustion and doubt win? Let me remind you, the future you want is being built right now. Let's talk about the greatest enemy you'll face in life, laziness. It's not loud, it doesn't shout, it doesn't make a scene. Instead, it sneaks in quietly, whispering in your ear. Not today. You deserve to rest. You can do it tomorrow. And it's in that soft, seemingly harmless voice that danger lies. Laziness is treacherous. It wraps around you slowly, like a web. At first, it feels comfortable. It seems fair to take a break, to leave it for tomorrow, to not push so hard today. But do you know what happens? That web tightens. It becomes stronger. And before you know it, it's holding you back. Each time you give in, it pulls you deeper into the comfort zone, like quicksand. Here's the truth, laziness isn't the rest you need. It's the poison that paralyzes your dreams. Because while you're standing still, the world doesn't stop. Opportunities pass by, time moves forward. And laziness stays, holding you in place, convincing you it's okay to wait. But it's not. Do you know the antidote to laziness? Discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. Every time you choose to act, even when you don't feel like it, you're strengthening it. You're training your mind to be stronger than your excuses, stronger than your fatigue, stronger than the resistance within you. Imagine laziness as an invisible enemy, always testing you. It will try to convince you that it's okay to take a step back, that one lost day doesn't matter. But let me remind you, one lost day is one less brick in the construction of your victory. One lost day is one more step toward regret. Have you noticed that the greatest moments of victory often come after the greatest resistance? When you overcome laziness, when you choose to act even without the will, something magical happens. It's like walking through a storm. It seems impossible at first, but once you make it to the other side, you realize you're stronger than you thought. Laziness is like a dragon guarding a treasure. It seems intimidating, but by facing it, you claim what you desire. And each time you defeat it, you grow stronger, more confident, more in control of your life. So, the next time laziness whispers, just 5 more minutes, respond with action. Get up, do what needs to be done. Because in the end, laziness only has the power you give it. The truth is simple. You can choose comfort now and pay the price later, or you can pay the price now and reap the rewards later. Which do you prefer? Because the life you want isn't found in the comfort zone. It's waiting for you on the other side of laziness, daring you to fight for it. And let me remind you, every time you conquer laziness, you're not just winning a day. You're gaining confidence, you're building a future. You're shaping a version of yourself that is stronger, more determined, and unstoppable. The choice is yours. Will you let laziness trap you, or will you show it who's in charge? Because, in the end, true success isn't defeating it once, it's defeating it every day. And I know you can do it. The question is, do you believe it too? It's time to stop making excuses. Seriously, it's time to face the truth. Either you do it, or you don't. There's no middle ground. There's no I don't have time, I'm not ready, I don't know where to start. All of that. It's just an excuse. And do you know who they fool? Only you. Because the hard truth is also liberating. If something matters to you, you'll make time for it. You'll find a way. It's not about a lack of time. It's about a lack of priority. Instead of saying, I can't, try saying, it's not my priority right now. It's hard to hear, isn't it? But it's the reality. Take a look at your day. How much time did you spend on your phone, scrolling through social media, looking at things that don't even matter? You have time, What you lack is commitment to what you truly want. And let me tell you this, the world isn't going to stop to give you the perfect moment. No one is going to knock on your door with a magic solution. If you want something, it's your responsibility to go after it. It doesn't matter what happened before, who got in your way, or who underestimated you. What matters is what you're doing now. Excuses are like anchors. They hold you back, keeping you stuck in the same place. Every time you say, I can't because ... you're adding more weight to your life. And do you know what's crazy? Only you can cut that anchor. No one else can do it for you. So tell me, how long will you let these excuses control you? How long will you hide behind I can't? Because, let me remind you, time is passing, opportunities are slipping away. And while you sit there thinking about all the reasons why you can't, someone else is out there acting. Someone else is achieving what could have been yours. No one said it's easy. It's not. But what separates those who win from those who stop halfway is commitment. It's not about having the best conditions, the most talent, or the perfect moment. It's about doing the best with what you have now. So, enough with the buts, enough with the what ifs. You're either committed, or you're complacent. Which one is it going to be? The life you want won't just fall into your lap. It's waiting for you to decide, for you to take responsibility. For you to say, yes, I'm in control. Yes, this is my choice. And remember, every time you make an excuse, you're moving further away from what you want. Every time you commit, you're taking a step in the right direction. The choice is yours, as it always has been. Do you know what's incredible about the fruits of discipline? They're not just about the achievements you gain. They're about the person you become in the process. Every time you choose discipline, you're not just building something external. You're shaping who you are, becoming stronger, more resilient, more focused. Discipline doesn't just bring you results, it gives you power. The power to look in the mirror and say, I did this. I made it happen. I'm stronger than I thought I could be. That's the true reward. It's not just material success, trophies, money, or recognition. It's the pride of knowing you were capable. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. At first, every step feels small, insignificant. But when you look back, you see how far you've come, how much you've left behind. And do you know what's most amazing? The higher you go, the better the view. That's the result of discipline. The more you persist, the closer you get to something extraordinary. But let me warn you, not everyone will understand. While you're out there planting your seeds, many people will wonder why you're working so hard, why you're giving things up. But do you know what happens when the fruits appear? Those same people will look at you and ask, how did you do it? And that's when you'll know, you succeeded because you did what they didn't. You watered your seeds every day. You chose discipline when it would have been easier to quit. So tell me, are you watering your seed today? Because the future isn't about luck. It's not about talent. It's about the choices you're making now. Every decision is a drop of water nourishing the tree of your life. And do you know what's even better? The fruits of discipline have no limit. The more you persist, the more you harvest, the more you grow, the more you achieve. But you'll only discover this if you keep going. So go ahead, keep watering, keep planting. Because what's waiting for you in the future is far greater than anything you can imagine now. Life is made of choices, and let me tell you something, every choice has a cost. There's no path without a price. Either you pay the price of discipline now, or you'll pay the price of regret later. The difference is that the price of discipline builds you, while the price of regret destroys you. So which do you prefer? Pain is inevitable. There's no escaping it. You'll feel pain when you wake up early, when you push yourself while your body wants to rest, when you repeat the same task until you achieve excellence. But that pain has a purpose. It's the pain of growth, of progress. It's the pain of someone building something greater. Regret, on the other hand, it's a different kind of pain. It's the pain that appears when you look back and realize everything you could have done, everything you let slip away. It's the pain of knowing time has passed, opportunities are gone, and you chose the easier path. It's the pain of carrying the weight of what if. Let me ask you, what hurts more? That workout you almost skipped but completed anyway, or realizing you missed a chance to improve because you chose to stay still? That sacrifice you made to stick to your plan, or the frustration of realizing you haven't moved forward because you gave in to an excuse. Every day, you're choosing between two pains. The pain of discipline is heavy, yes, but it passes. It transforms into results, into strength, into pride. The pain of regret, on the other hand, lingers. It clings to your soul, and as time goes on, it weighs even more. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, you may have dreams, but they'll remain just that, dreams. It's discipline that turns ideas into reality. And every day that you choose discipline, you're taking one step closer to the life you want. Now think, a year from now, will you look back and feel proud of what you did, or regret what you didn't do? Do you want to be the person who says, I made it because I did what needed to be done, or the one who says, I wanted to, but it just didn't happen? The truth is, regret hurts far more than any effort. It robs you of your peace, it haunts you in the silence of the night, constantly reminding you of everything you could have been. But you can avoid that. You can choose right now to live with discipline and build the future you want. So, what will it be, discipline or regret? Time doesn't stop. Opportunities won't wait. Every decision you make today is a step. The only question is that step bringing you closer to or further from the life you want to live? Think about your family. Think about the people who look up to you as an example, as an inspiration. Now tell me, what do you want to teach them? That it's easier to give up, or that it's worth fighting for what you believe in? Every time you choose discipline, you're not just building your future. You're showing everyone around you what's possible. You're proving that with effort, focus, and heart, any dream can become a reality. Remember that person who believes in you, who trusts that you can be more, do more, achieve more. They're rooting for you. And every time you hesitate, every time you think about giving up, remember them. Remember the smile they'll give you when you say, I did it for us. And your family, the people counting on you. Your parents, siblings, children, they want to see you succeed. They want to be proud of who you're becoming. They need you to be the example, the rock they can look to and say, if they can do it, so can I. But none of that happens without discipline. Without waking up every day and choosing to fight, even when it feels like the world is against you. Because, let me remind you, nothing great is easy. But everything worthwhile demands sacrifice. Discipline is what turns the impossible into reality. It's what separates those who only dream from those who achieve. It's what will put you in the position to look your loved ones in the eyes and say, I did this for us. I did this because you believed in me. Think about the future. Think about the day when you'll hold your victory in your hands. When you'll look back at all the sacrifices, all the hard days, and realize it was all worth it. Think about the pride in the eyes of those you love. Think about the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your all. Do you think today's struggles will matter when that day comes? They won't, because what remains is the story you've written. The story of someone who chose to keep going when it would have been easier to stop. Someone who chose to fight when it would have been easier to quit. So stand up. Go for yourself, for the person who believes in you, for the family that loves you, for the friends who support you. Go for those who look at you and hope to see an example of strength, courage, and discipline. And if no one believes in you, even better. Go to prove them wrong. Go to show them you don't need anyone's approval to be great. Because everything you need is already inside you. Discipline isn't just a tool. It's the legacy you leave behind. It's what will inspire your children, your grandchildren, and those who come after you. It's what will make your name remembered. So start now. Because discipline doesn't wait. The family you love, the future you want, the life you dream of, they're all on the other side of discipline. And remember, it's not just about what you'll achieve. It's about who you'll become in the process. Someone stronger, more resilient, more worthy. Someone who can say with pride, I went all the way. I gave it everything I had, and I won.